Good morning, ladies and gentlemen. This is Eddie Marcus, again, spokesman and advocate of basic human rights for all people. I was in the bed asleep a moment while ago, and I think my arthritis might have started working because my back started hurting. I got up to take a pill, and the news happened to be on, and I was reminded that Donald Trump had tried to, or is planning, or has changed, I'm not sure which one is accurate, the food stamp program that is designed to do all the wonderful things that it had done. Now, I don't think that's the best stuff that could have happened. In fact, I know it's not. But it was something. And now we have a president of the United States who wants to give people a bag lunch. Go to Second Harvest, maybe pick up a bag of food. Now, the food stamp program did more than just put food on the table. It helps people in many ways. And I'm thinking about the movie that we just saw called The Black Panther. Everybody knows, especially if you're black, who went to see this movie, thought it was an outstanding movie. It had a wonderful message. It began to show things to our psychic that would probably never have been there before. It took us to a place, a dreamland, something that is capable of being done, not just on paper, because we can say that if we can perceive it, then we can achieve it. And we so had perception for it. It was wonderful, my friends. But I want to just remark on these things here that I've seen since the movie. I've seen the movies make a group of people instant stars. They've traveled the circuit, and I've seen them being interviewed and talked with and about how great they are and how wonderful they acted and taken us to a new level. And I can't understand how I'm seeing so much of this elation, and yet the message, the true message of the capabilities of people of color and what they can do is seemingly ignored. I'm thinking about, here we are in the 21st century, and we have a president trying to take us back to the 19th century, 18th century, as far as humanity is concerned, especially people of color. And I wonder if this is the same message that the Black Panther had. I mean, the Black Panther movie was had itself secluded from the rest of this barbaric activities. And yet where they come from, things were really fantastic. I'm saying that even today, where all of the people around the country seem to have their minds stuck in the gutter, or stuck in the 18th and 19th century. And yet, we, who have just seen a movie about what the possibilities are, if we just use our minds, use our hearts, use our spirit, what can really be accomplished. Rather than giving folks bag lunches, we should be able to not just move black people, but people all over this country. We could set up ourselves in such a way that people all over the world can see the potentials of the human ability. And how do we set that up on a table, up on a hill? We set it up by giving people the dreams, making things possible. Not only possible, but actually doing it, realizing. So I want to draw attention to that. Today, it's the day after the children decided that we adults had lost our minds, that we're allowing them to have to go to school where people, young kids, can buy guns, can buy weapons of war, can actually buy them when they can't even buy a can of beer, can't even buy a pack of cigarettes, but they can buy weapons of mass destruction, and they're actually using them. And the kids are looking in the mirror and seeing their parents in the background doing nothing. And so they begin to speak out. And I'm asking myself, I'm telling you, what is the outcome of such a move? This is not new. We have seen this throughout the past 5 years, we have seen people stand up in great numbers with a voice saying this and that. We're fed up and not going to take it anymore, only to continue taking it. I say to those kids who stood up and are standing up, who are saying we're going to have to speak for ourselves, and some of those parents who are crying out saying we're not going to take it anymore, I'm fed up with it. And I'm saying to them, what about the people who are getting boxed lunches? Many of you think that's okay. They should have a job. Where are the jobs? And what kind of money are those jobs paying? And I say that while we have accepted the conditions that exist in this country about poverty, about the haves and the have-nots, while we have accepted that, that is also one of the reasons that our children are being fired upon by children, being killed by children, while adults show no compassion whatsoever. But I want to say the victory is not just in children standing up. The victory is also when children stand up and realize that a government, their government, which is allowing them to be shot down for whatever reasons we might not even understand today, that is the same government that's giving human beings who have been denied life, giving human beings who've been denied the rights to have the kinds of jobs that allow them to feel important, to have the kind of jobs that allow them to take care of their families. They are being given policy that says the future of your eating comes from boxed lunches. Boxed lunches, or second harvest bag of food, and you go home where you don't have, hey, this is pathetic. I feel so weird being able to stand here in truth saying these things about the reality of the day. I'm saying those actors in the Black Panther movie, they did their thing. But the excitement is not to be over the actors only. Yes, they performed their part. Yes, they took a message that has been given and performed it right before the public in a magnificent way. But what value does that message have if the only thing we can do is say, hey, I really loved you in the performance, you were great. Is it inspiring you to say no more? Is it inspiring you to accept the fact that you don't have to take junk? You don't have to. So I'm saying to you who are having your lunches given to you in a bag, you are one with the children that are being killed. I'm saying to you who are being killed by your own children, you are one with those who are being persecuted by this government through a man like Donald Trump. And I'm saying this because when I hear this message being given about food in a box, in a bag, I don't see the condemnation coming from the people that's making these statements. It's like, well, business as usual. It's like, well, we finally got them now. They won't be getting a chance to get your money, your tax dollars, and do whatever they do with it, because you know they're wrong. They won't be able to get your tax dollars and go buy a beer or go buy some marijuana. They won't be able to do that. They won't be able to get your tax dollars and pay their rent. They won't be able to get their tax dollars and try to help their kids. They won't be able to get your money to help them along the way. This is what I'm hearing, and it's making me sick. If the Black Panther movie means anything, it's not about the actors. It's about the message. And the Black Panther message, my friends, is not just about black people. It's about a message that is uniquely designed for all of the world. So I stand here. You have heard me say that I am spokesman and advocate of basic human rights for all people, which puts me in line to say that I am the voice for God in the USA. And yet you have evangelicals in the right wing thinking that Trump is from God. Evangelicals, right wingers, thinking that, and actually putting voice to it, that Trump is from God. And if Trump is from God, it's for one purpose, to show you how evil can choke the life out of you if you allow it. And so I'm asking you, I'm calling on the nation to stand your butt up and stop acting a fool. Stand your butt up and stop talking about war and building bombs and killing people and putting sanctions on people. To show the world how to act. In order to do that, you got to start acting right at home. You got to start acting with yourselves. You got to straighten this country out and show the world that we don't have to fight war. We don't have to have terrorism. We don't have to consider. Oh, can you think about Syria, how people are being bombed, the kids are doing all kinds of suffering. And are those people at the round tables, are the Bilderbergs or the Rothschilds, are they considering how we can smooth this thing out? No, my friends. They are the ones that's causing all this stuff to happen. And we are sitting around acting like, when I say we, I'm not talking about black people alone. I'm talking about the nations of the world are sitting around acting like they're fools. And here you hear me say, I'm asking Minnesota to make me the replacement senator from the state of Minnesota in the United States Senate. You think they're going to do that? Look at me. I represent everything that they've been taught to disgust. Black people. Poor. And inhuman, basically. And I put my message against any white man or any person on the face of this land. And I guarantee you, I don't have to just say it. I've gotten it written down already. I've been having it out here for years, and you don't even know about it because you don't even care. And now you want your children to be protected. You're going to have to be one with me. And I will have to be one with you. And I'm willing to be one with you. I stand with you. And standing with you does not on the streets. You don't have to go on the streets. You change your mind, brother. You change your mind, sister. And there are things you can do that doesn't have anything to do with violence. It's just meaning that you're waking up. You know the true path. You're going to walk that path. You're not going to let anybody take you off a path and lead you where you don't care. And that, my friends, is the reason why we have all of this today. We have a Trump. We have children being killed at schools by children for one simple reason. We don't care. The one thing about the movie Black Panther that I get and that I want to spread, you got to care. And caring, you got to be real. You can't be fake. Pay attention.
There's it.